With 7 assists in 7 games this year, Bukayo Saka has become a superstar this season, transformed into a more dangerous player with more impact than ever before. Today we'll break down what exactly has changed this season, the 2 players that have taken him to a brand new level, and how he's slowly becoming Arsenal's version of Kevin De Bruyne. We'll also discuss a surprise quote regarding Gabriel Magalhaes, find out how Miles Skelly is looking even more scary, and get the latest on the return of Martin Odegaard. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Bass14. Welcome back to your boy's channel, and I hope you guys are doing sensational. Despite the boring international break, your boy is here with the content. So as per, smash a like on the video if you enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. But starting off with the transformation of Bukayo Saka. In the absence of captain Martin Odegaard injured in the last international break, Bukayo Saka's right hand side was completely disrupted. With no Ben White behind him and no Martin Odegaard, there was extra responsibility put on Bukayo. And for many players they would struggle on that, but Bukayo was a bit different. Still only 23 years of age, but having experienced so much. From the failures at Euros to thriving in the Champions League. I always go back to that tweet back in 2020, where Bukayo Saka said you deserve more, Arsenal fans. If there's one player that signifies the evolution of Arsenal and our journey, it's Bukayo Saka. In taking away one of Arsenal's most influential players on the ball, with Martin Odegaard averaging 70 touches per game last season, it meant that more of the ball was now going to Bukayo Saka, with 102 touches against Leicester and 71 against Southampton. With more of the ball, Bukayo is producing even better numbers, ranking as the second highest player in all of Europe, a whopping 8.2 average rating. This guy is a player who's meant to be an Arsenal captain, saying that's the one thing where I become speechless when people ask me. Everyone knows my journey, where I come from. To take the captain's armband, walk the lads at the Emirates Stadium. I can't put it into words. What we've seen from Bukayo is a clear shift in mentality. A star boy turning into a star man. More responsibility on and off the pitch. Speaking after Arsenal's victory against PSG, as a captain he says, when I was speaking to the boys on the team talk before the game, I made sure that I said, today we need to make a big statement. With even Premier League legend Alan Shearer saying, he has all the attributes to be a captain of England, transforming himself into the most informed creator in Europe, first in terms of assists and big chances created, likewise for open play and set pieces, second in terms of chances created. He has now generated a whopping 5.88 expected assists in the Premier League this season, averaging a whopping 0.9 expected assists per game. Saka's delivery from open play is reaching a brand new high. A trademark Mesut Ozil cross cutting inside, picking up his man from the far post. 6 of his 7 assists so far this season have been met by one-touch finishes, showing how world-class Saka's deliveries have been that players don't need to take a touch. With 42 Arsenal assists to his name now, he ranks 7th all-time in the Arsenal ranks, not far off a certain Mesut Ozil. The Premier League record stands at 20 assists in a Premier League season, held by Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. But with Saka's current level of consistent delivery, from open play and most importantly set pieces, with the magic of Nicolas Jova, Saka is on course to break the record. And how poetic would it be that an Arsenal player was to do it? In a world where we often talk about Kevin De Bruyne and who is Arsenal's version, well, Martin Odegaard is that of his candidate. I actually believe he's far more of a number 8. Fantastic in terms of dictating tempo, but not as lethal as Bukayo Saka when it comes to the final pass. What Saka is now doing is providing Arsenal moment, giving us a way to force the game and change the entire flow, becoming far more dangerous than ever before with more responsibility. There are 2 key players that are making him stand out, one of course being the German Cobra Kai Havertz. Whereas Bukayo says, I've always thought Kai is an unbelievable player. Everyone in the dressing room did too. We are so happy that he's showing that. This season he's come out with even more confidence. He's going to score a lot of goals this season. He has a really good understanding around the box, when to attack it, and that's why he gets a lot of chances. Hopefully he'll score a lot of goals. For a player that has scored in every single Emirates game this season, Havertz's role has changed. In the absence of Martin Odegaard stepping up on the right hand side, as shown by his heat map, he's got a natural connection with Bukayo Saka in terms of movement. Where Odegaard often can get in his way, Havertz is able to get out of it, instead making runs into the box for Saka to then get an assist. But the other player that I want to focus on is Jurrien. Despite only playing 3 games as a right back this season, as Bukayo Saka says himself, he has given me a lot of confidence when he's 1v1 with an attacker. He's going to win the ball back and give it to me. On the ball he's so composed, so calm and confident. He is a top player. And I could not agree more because his stats are fantastic. In the 3 games as right back, Timber has won 12 out of 17 ground duels at a whopping 70% win rate. He's made 9 tackles, dribbled past only 2 times, with a whopping 90 pass completion of his last 2 games. On the ball and off the ball we are seeing excellence. A player comfortable at defending wide spaces, knowing exactly when the time is tackled. Not only does it allow Saka to be more comfortable in terms of staying higher, but on the ball going forwards, Timber is also very creative. The example being the game against Leicester with a whopping 7 key passes. That is the most out of any fullbacks since Trent Alexander-Arnold. In the absence of Martin Odegaard and Ben White, not only have Arsenal adapted, but we've actually improved, with a right hand side that seems more balanced and just as aggressive off the ball. But with Ben White set to return after the international break, Martin Odegaard not far away either. With extra competition, we're going to see even better players. The whole idea of creating the best environment for your star players. Havertz and Timber have made Saka better, more suited around his movement and giving him more space. This Arsenal side full of so many stars, I think Saka is our most dangerous. Not a single player as good at changing a game, putting Arsenal into the lead or levelling. Bukayo Saka is Arsenal's main star, and Havertz and Timber are providing the perfect platform. But in a world where there are so many top right forwards and so many comparisons, but the one that stands out is Cole Palmer, thriving for Chelsea once again, and being named England's Men's Player of the Year for 2023-24. In the voting by the players themselves, Bellingham came second and Saka came third. But if we're going to talk about England record, we can do that as well. Not only is Saka already a 2-time England Player of the Year, but man of the matches at Euros and the World Cup. Bukayo has already been there and done it. As great as a player as Palmer is, let's also not forget that he's also 22 years of age. Only 1 year younger than Bukayo. Think about all the Bukayos already achieved in that time. The reality is that Bukayo has done it for longer, more consistent and more proven. Well, people are already calling Cole Palmer world class, when in terms of Saka they all talked about the Champions League, only for Saka to go into that in his first 2 seasons and get 9 goals and assists only by Vinicius Jr. and Harry Kane. I also think Palmer benefits from being in a poorer side. With Chelsea attackers that aren't as good as Arsenal's, not only is he given more freedom, but he becomes their main focal point, with a whopping 1,700 touches last year. The next highest Chelsea attacker was Raheem Sterling with 1,000. Compare that to Bukayo Saka, who might have had 1,900. But not far off, you got Kai Havertz and Gabriel Martinelli, both with over 1,100. Not to mention Martin Odegaard at over 2,000. Despite being in a more rigid system at Arsenal, Saka is still finding a way to influence. This year more vocal than ever before. Bukayo says, I think there's a lot of hype around London right now, and part of it is due to Arsenal. For England, he was once again in action, starting in the game against Greece, in what became a dramatic game as England lost in the 94th minute. For Arsenal fans, we got the news that we feared the most. Bukayo Saka taken off in the 51st minute, holding his hamstring and seemingly injured. Here's a video of Saka after the game seen limping through the England press tunnel, and according to England head coach Lee Carsley, Saka is now being assessed. Obviously in the build up to the first goal you could see that he felt something in his leg. Fingers crossed Arsenal fans this isn't serious. Mikel Arteta will be playing tonight. Moving on to the latest Arsenal news today. Starting off with that battle at the Etihad between Erling Haaland and Gabriel Magalhaes. A 2-2 draw that became very fiery, while Haaland dashed the ball at Gabriel's head at the end of it. When asked if he regretted it on international duties, Haaland said that I don't regret much in life. He can smile away all he wants, but let's just say Big Gabby does not forget. I'm telling you he's going to be plotting his revenge, and come the return leg at the Emirates, as he's done in the past, he'll try to make a statement. But with things happening at Man City, as David Ornstein exclusive confirmed, the Man City director Takisi Bukarestein is set to leave his role at the end of the season. A long-planned step down, and the club have fully endorsed it. City are believed to have an agreement for a successor at the start of 2025, with all the talk behind the scenes about Man City's 115 charges. Despite a report of them winning 1 charge, let's just say that I have not fallen for the PR, because a deeper reading of the statement clearly shows that a lot of the challenges that Man City had have failed. I still think this is going to be a lengthy procedure, and with so many charges, there's a very high chance that City get found guilty. Directors are leaving, and likewise could be Pep. You've got talks about City players talking about relegation clauses if the club is to get demoted. Things are cooking behind the scenes, but in terms of the title battle, they aren't the only team in it. With first place currently being Liverpool, the key injury news comes from Fabrizio Romano, who confirms that their main goalkeeper Alisson is set to miss around 6 weeks after new test confirms a hamstring injury, which now means he's going to miss key games like Chelsea, Leipzig, Arsenal, Brighton twice, Leverkusen and Villa, having started the year in fantastic form under a new manager in Arne Slot with only 1 defeat this season. A statement went at Old Trafford. Talk to me down below the comments. Do you believe that Liverpool are also in this title race? But let's talk about an Arsenal star boy for a sec. Ethan Nwaneri is currently a part of the England under-19 squad. In the recent game he was confirmed as their captain. First things first, a player that's a part of a world-class Arsenal side should be playing at a far higher level, but the key thing for me is the fact that he's no longer a part of the Arsenal under-21s. As you can see in their last game against MK Dons, while you did have Miles Lewis-Skelly starting a left back, there was no Ethan Nwaneri involved in the entire squad, indicating a promotion to the first side, and rightly so. For Miles Lewis-Skelly though, he was a part of the squad playing as an inverted fullback, indicating his role there going into the future for the Arsenal first team. A clip came out after the game of him involved in one of the Arsenal goals. Look at the way he bullies off the MK Dons player and drives past their team. This is a player that's saying physically I'm above this game. He might be 18 years of age, but he's playing levels above it. The arrogance to dribble past players are knocked onto one side. When you look at that ball carrying ability, what I see there is a natural midfielder, often compared to a Tottenham player in Moussa Dembele, with how graceful Lewis-Skelly is on the ball and driving forwards. But with the way that football is going, especially under Mikel Arteta, the likes of Zinchenko and Timber, former midfielders, now playing at fullback. Miles Lewis-Skelly being versatile will be a key reason for him to break into the first team. With all the doubt over Zinchenko's long-term future, there could be a space opening up for Miles. But one player that will be a part of our long-term future, hopefully, is William Saliba. In a recent report from Alexis Bernard, he claims that Real Madrid have made Saliba their top priority signing for next summer, with the player's entourage already being contacted. Real Madrid are willing to pay whatever price to convince Arsenal, with a recent quote from Antonio Rudiger saying that Saliba is a centre-back that he wants to see Real Madrid sign. But for the Galacticos, Wojciech and Florentino Perez, I've got a better centre-back for you that's playing at Liverpool. Ibrahima Konate, a starting player for France. He doesn't need 5 centre-backs to hold his hands, he can do it on his own. Personally, I think he's a better player than Saliba, so you might as well go for him instead. Let's talk about the Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard though. Not a part of the Norway squad for the international break, allowed time to recover at Arsenal. A recent video has been released of his recovery, with Arsenal showing Odegaard is still in very high spirits. According to Simon Collins, there is no timeline on Odegaard's return just yet, but there should be a better one once training begins. The Arsenal captain feels like he's making good progress with recovery, and the international break will now buy him more time to work. The question does become though, in an Arsenal side that is still thriving in his absence, where does the captain fit in once fully fit? With Kai Havertz thriving in his hybrid role, Leandro Trossard helping up the left-hand side, Odegaard is still for me a guaranteed starter. There is not a single player in our side as good at setting the tempo of games, comfortable in tight spaces in the final third. Having seen Mikel Arteta lean towards more fluidity this season, allowing Odegaard to return to the Arsenal side, that's where Odegaard can thrive once he returns. More fluid than ever before rotating over the left-hand side, not only will it give Saka more space, but also allow Odegaard to influence more of the game. I've seen time and time again this year, Mikel Arteta is not scared to overload the left-hand side. Imagine Martin Odegaard drifting over to find Gabriel Martinelli. Bukayo Saka has become a superstar and we have to keep that there, but Martin Odegaard will only make Arsenal better. Not just on the ball but also off the ball. There is not a single player as good at Odegaard when it comes to leading the press. With more freedom to roam, I think we'll see an even better Martin Odegaard. That is the video there and there, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links are down in the description. But that was all of your Arsenal news today, and as the international break starts to develop, I'm sure there'll be more coming as well. So as per, stay tuned and I'll see you next time. Take care and peace.